a free sequencer that I'll send you if you don't have it already, called Sting by Iftach. Iftach is an amazing developer, developed a bunch of stuff for Ableton, CV tools, performance pack, micro tuner, absolutely amazing Max developer. This is a free device. It creates acid patterns, like house, techno, acid, specifically designed for a 303 type of sound. And we're gonna start creating this type of sound. So hopefully once we create it, you'll recognize it, so I don't have to play it right now. But these create patterns. You can just click on the smiley face and it creates endless patterns for you. If you want, you can also create a clip with that pattern, but just give you those classic 303 acid bass lines, okay? If I click on it again, okay, sweet. Right now we just have the default sound. Let's make it a bit more of that 303 kind of old school synth like, but first let's set it up in the mode. Because we only want one note at a time, we're going to change it to mono, okay? And besides poly mode, for each mode you'll have this extra control. We'll talk about it in a second. You'll see it. I'm not going to touch it right now. Awesome. I'm also going to add some glide. This is notes that are overlapping each other, like this, are going to glide or take the pitch down or pitch up into the next note, because this have some of that glide. Okay, sweet. Let's take down velocity so it's full on, and let's see what we have right now. Let's use only one oscillator. I'm gonna turn it down. Let me know if you can still hear it, but I want you to hear me on top of that. Okay, sweet. Let's say first of all adjust the envelopes here. Right, let's take our filter. And we'll use the second type, again, the 24 dB per octave. Let's add some resonance for that squelch. Okay, and let me just add a roar right after it so we have some more boosting of the volume. I'll add this. Okay, sweet. Nice. Now let's adjust here the envelopes. Let's try first of all to use the same envelope for the filter. Okay, so very low amount here. Okay, but again, notice how the sound changed the behavior of how it reacts with the filter when I change the volume of the oscillator. We have more squelch. Okay, I just want to make the point that this synth is so amazing because of these relations. Okay, it's really dynamic in its response. So make sure that you play. And again, if I bring another oscillator, probably it's also going to change what I'm doing with this. Let's change this. Okay, nice. Now, I want to point out that right here we have two slots. So that means I can change the filter frequency with in two different ways at the same time. So envelope 1 is changing it a tiny bit. And I'm also going to change it to velocity, how strong I hit the note. The only reason I'm doing this is just for this sequencer also have accents. Accent notes are just high velocity notes. So now we can have it opening the filter a tiny bit on accented notes. I'm going to make it extreme so we can hear it. You hear that? It's too much, but let's take it down. I mean, guys, it's pretty good for a software synth. I mean, the sound. It's pretty solid. And it's so hidden, this drift synth, because it just sounds bad out of the box. But once you start moving tiny bit those things, you see how small the values here. And I'm sure we can come up with so much amazing stuff here. So I just want to point out the relation here, okay, between those. Awesome. Any questions?